Plague Within is having a show with this guy. He's playing bass. I'm Pete. This is
Swear Jesus.
and
I'm John.
bassist.
I don't come over very as often as I used to, but I'm like a guest co-host and bass player for Played Within.
Plague Within. Want to proudly show him your flag?
So yeah, we're
I know.
selling these bad boys. We might almost be sold out by now, but you know, you can always follow us on Facebook. You can DM us or whatever you call it, direct message or
Yeah.
Facebook Messenger or
Email or whatever.
Yeah.
you can email the Metal Perspective and we'll
OneMetalPerspective@gmail.com.
we'll try and hook you up.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they playing their first show in Cocoa.
Cocoa Beach at the Dunes. It was going to be the Rogue Wave, but I heard something that they're changing the venue. It's no longer going to be like a small indoor music venue. I heard they're turning it into like a cigar bar or something.
Oh no shit.
But,
Because we need more cigar bars, right?
yeah, but they're going to be moving it to, it's like the same address, the same building next door, upstairs. It's like
Oh, okay.
outside upper deck. I saw some pictures of it. Looks nice. Mike checked it out. I think Mike and TJ or Liam went up there and checked it out, and they said it's a really nice venue.
All right. Awesome. That's gonna be pretty cool.
So yeah,
What's the date?
May 11th.
May 11th. May 11th, everybody.
For everybody, that is the flyer.
And there you go.
So originally we were going to be headlining with Swamp Tooth, including Narcoosseum Mind Virus, but for whatever unfortunate circumstances, Swamp Tooth won't be joining us, unfortunately.
Wow, that sucks.
But I am, showing love and support for them since I'm wearing my Swamp Tooth shirt today. But Mind Virus and Narcoosseum are still really good bands if you like, grindcore and death metal style stuff. That's kind of what we played. Death metal with a lot of elements of thrash and groove, stuff like that. So
Yeah, if you want a piece of that, we've played Swamp Tooth, what, about 9 months ago on the show?
oh yeah, when we were reviewing their
We reviewed the album.
their debut, I think it was their LP or their EP.
Yeah.
I think it was going on a while now. It was like almost 2 years now, maybe. Maybe longer than that, or shorter than that, maybe like a year and a half. But
Yeah.
I remember
But,
it was right before the Monomorph obituary show.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But no, it was a really good album. I do believe I give it a horn and a broken horn,
Yeah.
and so I guess that would be a 7 out of 10.
Yep, and
For most people.
I believe this month, if they haven't already, or they're about to here within the next few days, probably even this weekend. I'll have to look it up on my phone, but they're actually dropping their debut full-length album, and they're playing a show in celebration of that. And I think it'll be available to buy at the show, and I believe they're playing the Brass Mug in Tampa, which is like the what would you call it? That's the main. That's the spot for for Florida Death Metal.
Yeah,
the
Florida
Brass
Death
Mug.
Metal,
That's ground zero.
yeah.
That's basically Tampa's haven, or conduit, as we call it now.
The condom.
The conduit.
Yeah. So, yeah, I gotta get the fuck out, man.
Me
Yeah.
too.
No, I've been trying to get a weekday shift, and they've been dragging their feet. So, and it really sucks because you have to, so many concerts and so much shit you want to do, but you got to be real choosy about your fucking days off. So.
Yeah, sucks being an adult.
Yeah, it does. I wish I would have won that fucking lottery. I would have just.
Me too.
But because yours is local, I'll be able to go to that.
Yep.
And
And it's on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that doesn't fall within your day off. But
No, but still, it's a local, and I can just jam over there, watch, and go home instead of driving 2 hours fucking home.
right from Tampa, Orlando.
Yeah, hour and a half from Orlando, and that's. I don't know, for some reason. It's because it's way
Because of
up
traffic.
there. The Haven is up there. It's not necessarily by I-4, so.
It's Winter Park.
Yeah, it's Winter Park. But, yeah. Yeah, so I'll be able to go see that. I just wish there were more people playing down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Mike and I always talk about it amongst each other and even among other people. There's really no like metal scene in Brevard.
No.
You got metalcore bands and like like punk bands or hardcore bands, but it's not
Right.
it's not big.
Well, it doesn't have to be. I mean,
It doesn't have a big following. I guess I should
but
say.
if there's a place to play, there's a place to play. I mean, you can, easily mix it in with some hardcore fucking punk. You get the whole fucking crowd. Everybody would appreciate shit.
But if you want what Florida's signature metal scene is, which is death metal, and
Yep.
we do have some thrash and some like old school and power metal stuff. You got to go to Orlando or Tampa for that. Even
Pretty
Miami.
much.
But yeah, friggin'. Hopefully we can try and be part of something that'll put create a metal scene or death metal scene in Brevard. So
Yeah, it's something. I mean, like I said, if you could have a place where anybody and everybody could fucking play, you get different nights, different things. You don't have to have it all solidly one fucking thing.
right.
Like Friday night or Saturday night be metal and other nights be something else. As long as it's not rap, because, I mean, that's a big stark contrast to fucking metal.
Yeah.
But,
And the one thing with metal in comparison to any other genre of music like rap or country, the fans aren't as loyal and diehard as metal fans.
no, not at all.
Rock or metal, in general.
Well, usually the metal folk are pretty open and accepting of a lot of shit, and we're all like a big family. Like, what did Rob Halford say the other day?
He said we were some of the most accepting.
Yeah.
And pretty much everywhere. Just
Yep.
have a good time. That's
regardless of the shit we may bicker about or disagree with, regardless of your political views, your sexual orientation, your culture. Metal brings everyone together, and it doesn't matter what your background of differences is.
Right.
So,
As long as you're not a piece of shit.
right. Yeah. If you're a good person and you're respectful and you'll get along with everybody in that scene that has the same mentality, the same disposition of respect and passion for the music.
Huh.
You're not gonna go to a Jason Aldean concert and see a bunch of country dudes with denim vests with patches of their favorite country artists all over them.
Right. Yeah.
It took hours, like hand sew, like you do at a metal show.
Yeah. Well, there have been some. Well, although country lately has been mixing with pop and hip hop and shit like that, which is disgusting. But there's some hardcore fucking country guys out there.
There's still some good underground outlaw shit.
Kind of like an outlaw or a southern rock kind of fucking deal.
Like Hank,
vibe going on.
like Hank Williams III.
Yeah.
He goes by Hank III, and he could have been just as big as his dad and his granddad, or just as big, if not bigger than like your modern pop country. But he has integrity, and he's not about just riding off of his family's name, and he does his own thing.
He does his own thing.
And he's talented as fuck. He can play almost any instrument.
Yeah. Dimebag and Vinnie Paul's father, Jerry Abbott's dead.
Oh.
He died a few days ago on the 3rd. Oh, it's 5 days now, right? Today's the 8th?
No,
Yeah,
today's the 9th.
Oh,
6 days.
6 days ago. He died a week ago, so we didn't, hit that last week on
I didn't know
the
about
show.
that.
Yeah, I didn't know until just now.
Wow.
I'm like, holy shit, going through the fucking news here. Yeah, well, hopefully he's hanging out, listening to his fucking boys play.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty sad if you outlive your children.
Yeah, no,
gotta
that's,
be
that's
the
something
saddest thing.
parents shouldn't be doing is
Right.
watching their kids die.
Right. Kids should be burying their parents, not the other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Hart to perform on the Tonight Show, starring Jimmy Fallon. Now that was April 3rd. That fucking hack in Hart. Wow, we're gonna sell our souls for fucking 15 minutes of fucking more fame.
Hard do?
Hart, they're going on Jimmy Fallon,
Oh,
the Tonight Show.
right.
He's not fucking funny.
Yeah, no, I never really paid attention to him or really watched his show, so I can't say yay or nay.
Yeah. Uncle Ted's going to be playing in Texas and Oklahoma. He likes to play close to home.
Midwest.
Yeah. Shit. What else? We have. I'm just going over the fucking news here. Lizzie Hale says she'll most likely do more than 4 shows with Skid Row. Okay. Watch Shopping at Walmart with Ace Frehley. Holy shit.
Okay.
Well, join the circus, Ace. I mean, that is the fucking circus over there. You've seen fucking Walmart people. Jeez, man. Who is the better singer for AC/DC? Bon Scott or Brian Johnson?
Brian Johnson.
He's already got an answer. Yeah, I agree with you, Brian Johnson.
I love Bon Scott, don't get me wrong, but Brian Johnson.
That's a tough one. Because
Yeah, I do like Bon Scott, and I think...
They sound a lot alike in a lot of ways.
I think Bon Scott, though, not necessarily his vocal style, but his vocal style influenced a lot more like
Oh, yeah.
metal vocalists,
Like,
For sure.
like thrash metal vocalists, like
Yeah.
Steve Zetro from Exodus, who started with Testament when they were called Legacy.
you gotta accept, too.
Except to me, Udo Dirkschneider almost sounds more like Brian Johnson, in my opinion.
Well, no, I mean, they were before Brian Johnson AC/DC.
Except,
Right
they were
after Bon Scott.
Maybe just coincidentally they have the same tone.
Well, yeah,
in their
it's
voice, but-
like the same, because when you hear Balls to the Wall, it sounds
right. It sounds like an
It sounds
AC/DC.
like an
song.
AC/DC
The first
song.
time I ever heard that song on the radio, I thought it was an AC/DC
Oh,
song.
yeah, see? Yeah.
But yeah, no, Bon Scott had a huge influence on how Steve Zetro sounds when he sings.
Well, that and he had an influence of punk and shit, too.
Yeah.
I mean, that whole era, is like fucking...
He really brought the like that screech
Right.
to rock and roll and metal, like Bobby Blitz from Overkill. Even melodic singers like Mark Ossegata from Death Angel. He has more of a melody and clean voice, but he's heavily influenced by AC/DC, especially Bon Scott era. I've heard him talk about in interviews and stuff. But Brian Johnson too is it's almost like there's a lot of controversy when bands have lineup changes, and especially lineup changes with a front man.
Yeah.
And you either it's almost like most people either love the new front man or they hate him because he's because he's not the original front man.
Well,
but with AC/DC, it seems like it doesn't really matter.
No.
it didn't.
They're all classic.
Well, it
one
does
rare
when
situation.
it comes
Right.
to having Axl Rose be the fucking front man for AC/DC.
That's a different story.
bitch.
But between like Brian Johnson and Bon Scott, it's almost like it's not like people don't like AC/DC but used to like AC/DC because Bon Scott's dead and now they've had Brian Johnson for so many years.
Yeah.
It's,
Well, and he only auditioned to be their singer because he liked AC/DC. He didn't even think he was going to get the part because he was older than all of them.
yeah, and he wasn't Australian. He's from England. Yeah.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
So he was very happy when he got it.
Speaking of AC/DC, we've probably talked about this. Or I may have mentioned this on here before, but y'all ever listen to Airborne? The band Airborne?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're basically like an AC/DC tribute band, but they're original and they're from Australia.
Right.
And I think they sound great.
I always thought they were along the lines of hard rock, you know, like AC/DC.
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
Yeah, you are right, dude. It sound a lot like. Yeah, fuck, it's been a while. Yeah, I got a Phillips screwdriver shoved through my fucking. So it's not that today.
Oh, you're bleeding on the show.
Bleeding on the show.
That's metal as fuck.
Yeah. No, I threw a little alcohol on the bitch and he went back to work on my shed.
Yeah, you caught a fucking impact in the arm.
No. You know, the Phillips bit driver and just went yank. Dug its ass
Fucking
in there.
slipped and
Pull, you know, I grabbed, you know.
Caught it.
I caught it and it fucking just went fap.
And when he caught it by the grit, but it was still spinning, and it.
You're talking about the impact driver, like the torque fucking
impact driver and the bits fucking out that far and I bam, grabbed it and so I grabbed this shit and I fucking pull it out and I'm like, you can see the fucking fat cells.
I was looking at you can see the fat. It was fucked up.
Yeah, I got a boo boo over the weekend for my weed whacker. I think I touched the. I had to adjust, the cord. I had to pull like more cord out. And I touched it. Well, that thing's fucking hot.
Oh
shit!
It
burned the inside of my finger.
So it didn't melt the fucking plastic onto your finger?
No, it just fucking burned the shit out of my finger. I got a heat blister from it.
I had one catch a string inside. You know how if it catches up inside, it'll twist up and stop. I'm like, I went to pull it out and it's fucking hot ass plastic. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Right across the side, but
it's It's spring now, and it's been beautiful outside here in Florida. So I got the green thumb.
Yeah.
So I mowed the lawn for the first time, this season, and started, buying vegetables. Planted some pygmy date palms in front of the house, and the garden bed. So bought some herbs, bought some tomatoes and stuff. So, we'll see how that turns out this season. It's been a weird fucking winter we've had.
Anvil's got a new single called Feed Your Fantasy.
Fuck yeah. Anvil, man, I fucking love that band. old school, fucking heavy metal Canadian boys that, are been around for like almost 50 years, if not longer, and they're still fucking hitting it hard. Touring, fucking writing and releasing new material, that's just inspiration for me.
Yeah. Rex Brown on Reform Pantera. This is no tribute band. I still need to fucking see him, dude.
A lot of people, it seems to me like they're getting a lot more love than they are hate.
Yeah.
And I still want to see it too. I mean, they just played in Tampa last month or the month before. I should have gone to that.
Yeah. So, I think that that whole concert coincided with our cruise. So that's why we were like, nah, that's not going to happen. Yeah, our Star Trek cruise. Bruce Dickinson and why Iron Maiden hasn't had any lineup changes in 25 years, you think? Why fuck with something good?
Yeah, because they're shit. I think the last lineup change they had, not including the time that, Bruce Dickinson left and came back, was Nico McBrain?
Yeah.
Like,
when
joining
he
the band on
joined the band
Peace of
on
Mind
Peace of
album.
Mind album, yeah.
They're just bands that, stay together, or, like Rush was another one before, Neil Peart passed away. It's just always been, phenomenal band. Always written good shit. Always puts on a good show.
That's the official unboxing video for Black Sabbath's box set of Tony Martin era recordings. Don't give a shit. You're all, yeah, not a fan. Yeah, fuck. Black Sabbath bench returns after major reimbursement. Oh, refurbishment. I don't think Ozzy's metal anymore because he said he wasn't metal. Did you remember what he said?
Yeah, he said he didn't like the term heavy metal because he never identified with that term, or he didn't feel like he was a part of that genre.
He was always, I guess he was kind of like, I think he had the same mentality as Lemmy, where, you know, like Lemmy said, and I quote, metal is rock and roll, it's just another name for it.
Right.
And, you know, you see Ozzy, he's always screaming at the top of his lungs, rock and roll.
Yeah.
You know?
But I don't think, you know, he just like...
I think he is, I think he still, you know, deserves to be credited as a forefather of heavy metal.
Oh, yeah. No.
But
But I'm just saying, lately his shit sucks.
Yeah.
his
You know,
newer stuff is-
I think his last good album was Black Rain.
And how long ago was that? 10 years ago?
Nah, probably longer. I think I was.
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
still
no,
in
I'm
high
thinking
school.
fucking Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath was 10 years ago.
Oh no, the 13 album was 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's what
11
I was
years
thinking.
ago. That was
That was
an
a good.
amazing fucking album.
But yeah, you're right. The Ozzy, self-titled Ozzy album's been a long time. The good one has been a long time. This last crop of shit is just shit.
2007.
So yeah.
So that would have been
Black Rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
That would have been 17 years ago.
So yeah, I was like either a sophomore or a junior in high school when that came out.
Yeah.
So that kind of.
And I agree with you. That literally is like the last good one. So.
It still sucks though. You know, thanks to the fucking political virus of 2020, we were scheduled and had tickets to see Ozzy
Yeah, with Megadeth.
with fucking Megadeth and Black Label Society,
We got fucked.
and we got fucked. So like 2 or 3 times now, I've had tickets to see Black Label Society in some kind of way, and I still haven't seen them because like it canceled or I canceled or something.
Yeah, here's something for you. Bruce Dickinson says concert tickets at prices have gone through the roof. He's got no interest in paying $1,200 to see U2. Why would you pay $1,200 to go see U2?
I wouldn't pay a nickel to see U2 because
I
I wouldn't willingly see U2 even for free.
No, not if they were playing at Fairground. Fuck no.
No.
Like, yeah, no, I'm good. Yeah, that fucking... let's see. Other than that, there's not much of, unless you want to talk about Sum 41, which I don't. Iron Maiden announces support act for a fall of 2024 North American tour. So I don't know who that is. Let me find out who it is.
So they're teasing it.
They're teasing a
So
fall.
it may not be official yet.
Yeah. So, if I can get it to go. There we go. The Future Past Tour.
The future
That's what they're,
past
the
tour.
future.
So it's almost like what do you call it? Like probably gonna have like a somewhere in time theme.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So. Whoa. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought Killer World Tour. I'm like, oh, they're really dipping into the old shit. No, they're talking about 1981. Let's see. Tickets for the Phoenix concert, blah, blah, blah. What? All right. This year we'll be performing Footprint Center, Phoenix, Arizona, Wednesday, October 9th, having played Phoenix and the Legacy of the Beast Tour in 2019. Return to the City will be their 17th performance there. Originally played at Memorial Coliseum on June 4th, 1981 as part of the Killer World Tour. No future shows announced in North America. The Who will be with fucking Iron Maiden.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Fuck. I would have loved to have seen that. So right now it's only Phoenix. No, actually, October 4th, San Diego, 5th, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Phoenix, Sacramento, Portland, Tacoma, Salt Lake, Denver, St. Paul, Minnesota, fucking Canada, Texas. Fucking A, man.
No Florida.
Not a one.
I was hoping it would be like, didn't they like end their tour we saw them on at the show we were at
Yeah.
in Tampa? Damn. Well, maybe the next time they'll come back around, Crystal will decide that Abby's old enough to go to a show, and that could be Abby's first metal show.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely would have loved to see him with the Who. That would be cool.
Supposedly, my mom saw them. She said she was going through like her old scrapbook with like all her ticket stubs,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess before they became big, like the Paul Diano era, like before Killers, maybe even before their self titled debut, they I guess she saw them with some bigger band they opened for in like 78 or 79.
Oh, okay.
I was like, no shit.
So it'd be
Because she always talked about how she wanted to see Iron Maiden, but I guess just because she saw so many bands back in the day, she just
Right.
forgot because they weren't big yet. But she saw them.
yeah, that was right before the Iron Maiden.
Yep.
So
they
probably
were-
had
they
some
were,
good music, and well,
so-
when that came out, it was like holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
It was a big deal, and then it
the
was
front runners of the new wave of British heavy metal movement,
yeah,
for sure. Well, of course, along with, you already had, Motorhead and Judas Priest that were already fairly big, but of course, Venom and Saxon and, Tank and fucking all kinds of bands, Tiger's Band, Tank, Angel Witch.
yeah. If you were in England in 1974, you could have seen them too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have seen Samson because Iron Maiden played with Samson too.
And that's who Bruce Dickinson's first
That's
band
Bruce
was
Dickinson
before he
one,
joined
yeah.
Iron Maiden, yeah.
That would have been interesting. That really would have been interesting. So yeah, fuck yeah, man. So anything else going on?
Well, we've, my band, played within has been practicing at, Studio 101 down in Melbourne.
Oh, okay.
We've had 3 practices there now. We're scheduled to practice every Friday up until the 2 Saturdays before our show. We're going to be playing on Saturdays. And I think we're scheduled to record a single. So,
Cool.
yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So,
That's gonna be awesome.
we were going to do try and record 2 singles before the show, but I think as long as we get at least one, we'll be happy with that. So, we'll have t-shirts coming soon. I'm going to try and see what I can do to get patches made.
Yeah.
So, we're trying to, push the merch and get the merch made. There's talks of us possibly playing at the Brass Mug in July in Tampa. So we'll see. I can't say for certain, but, we're there's just talks about it,
Yeah.
So, but our debut show is set in stone. May 11th at the Dunes now, with Narcoosium Mind Virus. So
That's gonna be good.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that out. Yeah. In our neck of the woods, on
Oh, yeah.
the fucking all the way to the East Coast.
make Brevard metal again.
Make Brevard metal again. I don't think it wasn't. I think it's a big mix of everything.
So the speaking of which, Brennan that runs the Studio 101 down in Melbourne said about 20 years ago in the early 2000s, there actually was a pretty solid death metal scene in Brevard,
No shit.
like Melbourne and stuff. Yeah, so
Yeah, now it's fucking country and
things
rap.
come and go. Yeah.
Not so much pop. I don't hear much of that bullshit. But all that mumble rap shit, that's all I fucking hear. I hear that they had that fucking real fucking loud at work. I'm like, dude, I can't fucking work under these conditions. Man. It's just fucking loud as shit.
Well, I play all day at my job. I play it's usually death metal, thrash metal, or groove metal, so or old school metal, but sometimes classic rock.
Yeah. I played all that shit. All the classic rock and heavy metal and fucking thrash all the time when I was there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I played the fucking Beach Boys on Friday. And I
That's
played
old school
Queen
rock and
whenever.
roll.
Yeah, well, I want to go home.
I remember that.
That and I'd play another one, Bites of Dust, or what was the other one I was playing? Take this job and shove it, Johnny Paycheck. Whenever people quit,
Hell yeah.
yeah, that was fun. I was like, holy shit, man! Was it one day I had to play a shitload of them because there were 5 or 6 people quit?
Yeah, and then you play, was it Exodus by Bob Marley, when, you know, just, oh, this person's quitting, this person's quitting, this person's quitting.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, we got us Exodus. People are fucking leaving.
Yeah, it was a big exodus.
Yep.
I think in that month alone was like 20 people in it.
Yep.
Holy shit. And that 1 week was just ridiculous. Like, they're all leaving. And of course, Paul was pissy and everybody was pissy.
Yep. But we won't mention the name of the company because, you know, I don't want to get in trouble because I'm still employed there. But
No, we don't talk about. No, we are talking about work, but we don't talk.
We don't say names.
Don't say names.
we don't mention work by name.
No. That shall not be named.
We can mention employee names, but
Yeah.
first name basis.
I played I Want to Go Home at Work one day
Yeah.
to get quite a few people to laugh at that one.
Yeah. So any new movies or games coming out?
Shit.
It's all
the
shit.
only new movie I'm looking forward to this year is Deadpool and Wolverine.
Deadpool and Wolverine, yeah.
And as far as video games go, I would say the Wolverine game that's supposed to be coming out on PS5 sometime
shit.
this year. Probably the end of this year, yeah. I think.
That and Spider-Man 2 I heard is really good.
Yeah. So Christmas time I actually bought a PS5, and it came with the free digital copy of Spider-Man 2, and
Oh, nice.
I played it and beat it like pretty quick after I bought it. It was pretty dope. It was a good game.
Well, the first Spider-Man game that they had was really good.
Oh yeah, that one too.
It had a shit ton of content with
The
DLC.
Miles Morales game too that they made is like a kind of a indirect sequel to the first Spider-Man game.
Yeah,
It's
that was
really good
pretty
too.
good.
But in Spider-Man 2, you flip-flop back and forth between Peter Parker and Miles Morales. And it's kind of a partnership.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Did you hear the new Silver Surfer and a new Fantastic Four movie? Shit.
Yeah, I saw that. Why wouldn't they just make her Nova? Because Nova was the female Galactus Herald, and she
Right.
wasn't a Silver Surfer. She was like a fire, like a
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
like Human Torch, but a
Yeah,
female
I don't
version
know
of
why.
Human
I
Torch.
think the intent was to piss people off.
It's
Because
the,
I know it's the other dimension, Norrin Rad's fucking wife, but in another dimension, it wasn't Norrin Rad. It was her.
But what it really boils down to is what do you call it? Disney's stupid ass fucking code.
They're
with,
just trying to piss people off.
Well, yeah, it's Disney's stupid ass code
Right.
for the woke bullshit. It's the inclusive fucking blah 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 bullshit.
Yeah, but you're right. They should have been.
That's
Nova.
really what it boils down to.
Yeah.
We
And
should-
they're just they may as well just pull their fucking savings out at this point of their billions of fucking dollars and just torch it because that's
they
what
have
they're
been.
doing.
The past 9 movies lost $100 million a pop.
Yeah, because
They didn't make any
suck.
fucking money.
No. The best part of that Marvels movie was the hidden credit scene.
What was the hidden credit scene? I couldn't get through it, dude.
One of the Marvels, I think it was the character's name was Photon.
Okay.
She wakes up in the X Mansion with Beast. Like,
Oh,
it's
I heard. Yeah, I heard.
Kind of like how the first X-Men movie, where Wolverine wakes up in the the infirmary of the X Mansion with Jean Grey,
Right.
but she wakes up in the infirmary and it's like Beast is like the doctor, and it was Kelsey Grammer voicing Beast, and he's CGI and he looks like the animated series Beast.
Yeah.
That was actually pretty cool.
So, have you watched any of the X-Men '97 yet?
Yes, and it's good. It's so far they fucked it. It's good. So
Yeah, I was kind of questioning the morph in Wolverine fucking fuckfest.
So far, it just seems like a more of a bromance than a woke fucking gay fucking thing.
I think it's going leading into a fuck fest.
I hope not. I really hope not.
I mean, it's like, let's play wrestle, and then somebody's dick's gonna accidentally on purpose go into somebody's ass. Is what's gonna happen. But
I
it
really hope
wasn't.
not.
It wasn't bad. I was kind of bummed that Storm walked away.
Oh, so you haven't seen the most recent episode then?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. You gotta watch that one.
But yeah, I liked it. It was it reminded me of the early X-Men. It was pretty good, and then I'm like, what the fuck is this shit going
So
on?
yeah, speaking of movies and video games, I've actually been more reminiscing my nostalgic childhood of growing up in the '90s, and we actually Searstown actually has an indoor flea market.
Yeah.
It's basically just like another antique mall right next to the antique mall, and I found a VCR for $8. And it
Nice.
works. And so far it works because it didn't need the tape. I just haven't hooked up an AV cable to the TV, my HDMI AV converter yet. But I want to start trying to find like old, like Fox Kids animated series tapes on
Right.
VHS again. So
I want to get a VHS DVD recorder because I have some shit I want to record. But yeah, no, we used to have a lot of fucking VHS tapes.
I wish I still had some of mine
So do I.
because I think I gave all those away.
We still have our old home videos and shit. But
Yeah.
that's about it.
That's what I want.
But like your actual movies though and stuff.
Nana's got them. It's a bunch of old movies. The original Little Mermaid and shit.
Yeah.
Those are worth. Those might be worth something.
Yeah, well, the original it does have the dick in the.
On the
the
box
artwork.
itself. The
You remember the fabled? Hey, go ahead and pull it out. Little Mermaid penis box, penis fucking, because it looks like a fucking dick. A couple of dicks on their castle. Drawn into it.
Oh, like the old ancient what was it, like the Atlantis or whatever fucking like statues and stuff.
Yeah. You'll see it. It's on the cover of the fucking VHS Little Mermaid VHS box.
I don't think I have anymore, but it's possible that they're maybe somewhere like in
Right there. That's perfect right there. The one that emphasizes. Yeah, look at the box, and then go over to the one where it shows.
Oh crap!
There you go. Yeah, just click on that.
I did. And it took me to a fucking eBay link for $9,000.
Wow, $9,000
Jesus.
because you want to see the fucking dicks on it.
So I used to have the like CBS Fox releases of the first 3 Star Wars movies.
Oh shit!
Just you had it right
Right
there. Right there.
You
That's
wanna-
it right
You
there.
want to see some dicks?
There's a dick. Got a dick on the cover.
Well, yeah, I used to have the CBS Fox original Star Wars when it was just Star Wars, not A New Hope.
Yeah.
But then of course Empire and Jedi, and that was before George Lucas did the
Oh yeah.
re-release, the remastered with that
I
additional
love-
CGI shit.
The non-mastered shit.
Yeah, me too.
When they change the explosions and it's
They added
like,
all the CGI shit. Yeah.
The only thing they had to do is black the blacks and saturate the fucking lightsabers a little more, and that would have been fine. But they changed some things, and then the 1997 version where they put all the little shit in fucking Mos Eisley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the remastered one.
Yeah, they had
that
like
did, yeah.
they had the one remastered, which was they upgraded all the explosions and shit, and then they had the one that you're talking about. I remember that, and it was like rapidly. They're like, "Oh no, man!" They took those off the market, and they go, "You're gonna watch this."
Or like the dance scene in like Jabba's palace and
Oh,
Return
yeah.
of the Jedi. They made that all CGI.
Yeah,
And
they had the extra
re-release.
fucking band members
Yeah.
and shit in there, and that fucking thing singing.
Yeah. But they made her CGI and they made like
Yeah.
everything else CGI. It was like
Stupid.
they made the Sarlacc CGI too.
Yeah. They added some extra shit, as if the Sarlacc wasn't more, intimidating enough.
Yeah, but they made like the mouth and the tentacles CGI.
Yeah, the little
Like,
fucking.
yeah.
Looks like
looks
what's
like
that? Seymour from fucking Little Shop of Horrors.
I was say it looks. I thought it looked more like a Like a black fucking pistachio shell or something.
Yeah. So yeah, the Little Shop, the plant from Little Shop of Horrors, and that fucking mouth is on the end of a fucking tentacle and shit.
Yeah.
You out of here?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Fuck you, bitch.
Well, love you.
Love you too.
So J.J. Abrams is making his.
I
own
just
Back
got
to
blood
the
all over
Future.
your fucking shirt.
Did you?
Probably.
That's okay.
Back to
Is
the
it on your back?
Back to the Future.
Oh,
He's
okay. No.
making his own.
Cool. You didn't get brushed up too hard.
So it's like
all
gonna be a
crusty.
remake.
It is custom.
Yeah.
Like it's
What
gonna
is?
have.
Back to the Future.
What? I heard they were gonna do something. Is it a remake or is it a story after?
Remake. It looks like a remake
So it's a remake, not a reboot.
or revival.
I hate when they fucking call it reboots or revival. How about a fucking sequel 30 years later?
Because
wouldn't that be good
because
enough?
reboots usually
He's
suck.
doing his own take on Back to the Future.
Well, tell him to fuck off. You know, I want you right now, find out what his Twitter handle is, and go in there and say, hey, we don't need you to fuck this up. It was a fine movie as it was.
Bruce Timm, the guy that made Justice League,
Uh-huh.
the cartoon series, he said the reason why he put Jon Stewart as a founding member of the Justice League instead of Hal Jordan was for affirmative action.
Which one's Jon Stewart?
He's the black guy.
The black
Cyborg?
No, he's the black
Black Green Lantern.
Green Lantern.
Oh,
A very good character, but Hal Jordan was...
Yeah, but you don't do that for affirmative action. Jon Stewart's a good enough character by himself.
Yeah, Jon Stewart, yeah, you don't have to do that. Jon Stewart was my number 2.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked him more than I like Kyle Rayner, and definitely I liked him
Guy
more than
Gardner.
Guy Gardner. Fucking A, man. But Hal Jordan was, he was fucking great.
Yeah, he's.
Hey, thanks, man.
Yeah, definitely. I'll see you around.
All right.
I saw a comic of how it was Hal Jordan becoming. It was not so much of like becoming a White Lantern. It was actually after he became a White Lantern.
Yeah.
And he had to give up the ring, and instead he wound up pushing his will so far that he almost had the same amount of power. He was just
Yeah.
so fucking strong.
Yeah, no, I know Hal Jordan was like the
Actually.
strongest Green Lantern.
Yeah.
But,
Beat the piss out of everybody on Oa, Guardians included.
yeah. But, yeah, Jon Stewart, he was my second. If you ever watch the Justice League cartoons,
I used to watch it.
yeah,
Like
He's a
Kids
good
WB or whatever it came on.
I liked him in that. That's good shit. So, anything else? I know I'm waiting for Godzilla to come out on fucking DVD or
Gojira.
fucking. Fuck. I heard that was the greatest movie, and then
-1.
Yeah, and then I wanted it. I went to go watch it, and they're like, "Oh no, it's not out anymore." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
So you remember like back when that Godzilla movie that was made by us, the Americans in the '90s came out?
Oh, yeah.
It was like
the
Matthew
crappy one?
Broderick, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it was almost like the Japanese retaliated with Godzilla 2000.
Yeah,
I kind of feel like that's what they're doing again because of like the MonsterVerse that we with
yeah,
Godzilla versus Kong and all that, which is basically a remake of the
Right,
old
right.
school Japanese one.
I would say the
But-
Japanese real payback was when they did Godzilla Final Wars in 2004.
Oh, when he just murks.
He murdered
yeah. He fucking
everybody.
Yeah.
outright
And he
destroys
went
that
to- he
Godzilla.
went-
Yeah,
Went to Australia. It was Australia, and just destroyed the American Godzilla.
it was almost like a steroid version of like Destroy All Monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Destroy
a
All
good
Monsters was one of my favorites.
Well, it's
Yeah.
it's
Final Wars,
because-
Destroy All Monsters, and SOS was fucking great.
and it's because Godzilla woke up pissed, and all the other ones. It takes a lot for him to really get pissed off. He woke up angry.
Yeah. Well, because they fucked with him and
Yeah,
froze
they
him.
trapped
yeah.
his ass into ice for 50 or 40
I was
years or
like
whatever it is.
Godzilla's Revenge.
Mm.
Like, the little boy dreams of going to Monsters Island, and he like becomes friends with Godzilla's son.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorites. Godzilla versus Gigan was always one of my
Yeah,
favorites.
Gigan was,
Gigan
a
was
fucking
always
awesome one.
one of my favorite monsters.
Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla
Yeah.
with the fucking like green ape aliens.
Godzilla versus Ghidorah and Mecha Ghidorah was always a good one.
Yeah.
Godzilla.
I like
Biollante.
Megalon because of Jet Jaguar. Was
Yes.
Yeah.
Megalon. Yes.
That was fucking awesome.
And I had all those on VHS too, like every one of them.
That'd be something. I had a couple of them on VHS.
There's not enough Jet Jaguar in like.
Yeah, you know, I don't understand.
Like
why,
he
man.
showed up a couple times, but
He showed up in the
popular.
fucking cartoon.
Yeah.
Which really didn't do it any justice.
Yeah, Jet Jaguar was like supposed to be a toy because like the guy that like was like a toy maker or a toy inventor that like,
Something,
made him.
yeah. I forget what the
Because he had
story
like
was.
his son was the boy in like Godzilla versus Gigan, I think, and he like made like
Yeah.
all kinds of like toys and shit. Or he was just like some kind of inventor or something.
But I like the fact that like AI took over and didn't even fucking listen to the dude, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna save this fucking. I'm gonna go get Godzilla."
Teamed up with Godzilla and fought Gigan and Megalon.
Which Godzilla, if you watch the Apple Legacy, you get a chance to go in and get the Apple link, watch Legacy. Godzilla's in it a few times, and
Was that
he's
like the Monarch series?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he's there literally. I mean, he seems like a bad guy in the movies, but he's there, does not give a fuck, and he just looks at like humans like, "Why are you fucking doing this?" And it's not in anger. It's like he's trying to protect the whole fucking planet.
Almost like he's
Like the old '60s versions.
almost like your children are acting out and you just fucking stare them down until they start acting right.
Pretty much.
But it's -1. I got to see it because that's the Toho.
Yeah.
And they redid
Old
it.
school.
Old
Yeah.
school. And it is literally the same size Godzilla as in the early ones. So it's not, like Legacy, where he's like 300 and some odd fucking feet tall, or however tall he was.
Well, it
What
seemed
was he,
like the
350 feet or 400 feet tall.
It seemed like the first one of like the new series though, he seemed pretty fucking big.
Yeah, he's big. He's big as shit.
Yeah.
And that's what you'll get in the Monarch series is you'll watch him try to fucking nuke Godzilla.
Well, you
It's
can't.
Good
'Cause
luck.
He was born out of like radiation or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, he walked right up on a fucking bomb and like fucking blew him up and shit, and he was gone. And this is well before they knew that when Godzilla went down with that nuclear explosion and fucking supercharged his ass, and so they nuked him, and then they found him later. So, but you got to watch the show, the Monarch series. It has Kurt Russell in it. It's pretty good. It got a little fucking wokey kind of deal at the end where a couple of fucking lesbians are going at it. And it was really needless.
Did you ever watching the Halo series?
Yeah, I watched it. I just finished it.
Okay, so you saw the spoiler alert, the flood.
Yeah.
If they brought the flood into
I
it.
saw the first part of the first season of that, and I stopped.
It gets kind of
Yeah, it was.
it's not. I don't want to say I'm disappointed. It's not what I kind of was hoping it would be. I was hoping it would be more.
They really went off into a different direction.
I understand that they can't make a series to only like please like the diehard gamer fans.
Yeah, but
But-
the thing is I wasn't a diehard Halo fan.
I am.
But you could watch all the fucking movie playbacks, not the gameplay, but the fucking playbacks on all that.
The cutscenes and
The
shit.
cutscenes, and when you watch them, people have pieced them together on the internet, and I watch that shit. They are fucking good stories. They don't need to be fucked up.
Yeah.
They don't need to be rewritten. They are what they are. I mean, little things here and there, maybe attitude, but they've essentially changed who fucking Master Chief was. And I've watched all those cutscenes, and it's not. By the end, the second season here, he's nothing, not even fucking close to what he was. I mean, you can see similarities in the first season of Master Chief. It's like, oh, okay, they took some liberties. He's always out of his fucking armor now, and maybe this is just a thing, because they're in the fucking barracks. He's not living in his armor in the barracks. I get it. So he's out, whatever, doing it, and he's with the other fucking. But the second one, he's out in the fucking public, hoo-doo-doo-doo-doo, you know, fucking walking around with people. It's like, what the fuck, dude?
Well, they confiscated his armor.
And then but he would never have let that happen again.
Right.
Yeah, that shit never would have happened.
So, yeah, so like.
Not to mention the whole Cortana fucking thing.
So I've never been like a book reader, you know,
Right.
but the series of books that I did read was the Halo books, and if they kind of would have based the series more off closer to the books, I think it would have done it would do it a lot more justice and go away the fuck, you know, if they could like plan the, you know, this, you know, like this series to be like, you know, 10 or 15 fucking seasons, they should start way back to like make the entire first season like the story of, you know, like Master Chief and the Spartans in the fall of Reach when they are going through the training as children.
Yeah.
When they kidnap, which, you know, they had like, you know, flashback scenes of like when they kidnapped the children and when they were going
That
to,
would have
like, you know,
showed you who
the Spartan
John-
boot camp.
Who John really was, who Master Chief
Right.
really was. Because
Right.
when he was a kid, he was an incredibly angry kid.
Right.
Right.
He beat the piss out of people regularly.
Right.
And
like,
and I agree with you. You could have taken the first half of the first season
and made it like that.
and made it like that, or even the first fucking. And you
but
can
don't,
have.
but don't even like, yeah, but like they didn't even have to like bring like, you know, the, you know, like the Battle of Reach and that quick and end it that quick.
Yeah.
Because Reach was such a great fucking story. It was a great fucking game.
Right.
I love
Halo Reach alone. They,
So-
they could have done a whole fucking season based on Reach alone. It would have been like, you know,
And that's how it should have been.
and,
Yeah, it's
and
fucking
do it,
8 episodes, dude. They could have done a whole fucking
and,
season. Of it.
and you got I think you got Spielberg as a producer, an executive producer on that series, and if they should have gave him like full fucking like, you know, authority to do it how he wanted, and it could have been done like fucking Band of Brothers or the Pacific, and it would have been like, you know,
Oh, yeah, that
a
gritty.
straight up fucking operation of, you know, like whatever fucking battle. Like,
And here, and not to take anything away from Shriver, his problem is I'm not. You don't see me. You know, it's just like fucking Pedro Pascal and the Mandalorian. You don't see me, man. I'm always wearing a helmet. It's like
but that's the
you were
character.
fucking hired
That's the story
to
though.
do this. This is the fucking story, and that should have been the first thing. Are you gonna have a problem for the next five fucking years wearing fucking a helmet and rarely being seen? The only time you're ever gonna be seen is like in fucking bathroom, or taking a shower, or getting fucking fixed. You know, that's basically what it is. Like fucking,
Yeah, or like a younger
the first
version.
Mandalorian when he was
Right.
outright fucked up.
Yeah.
And the only way, you know, and they pulled his fucking helmet off to give him, you know, repair him with Bacta and all that. It's like, oh, I get it.
Or like a younger version of him when he's still a
Right.
child and he's, you know, enduring, you know, the Spartan training
Right.
and all that shit. Yeah.
But yeah. So you'll see that. It's like, or when they come back from a mission, he's fucked up. Now, obviously, you're not going to be wearing your armor if you got fucking holes in you. They're going to strip the armor off, and you'll be able to
Repair
see
it.
fucking the actor in the fucking pain or what damage is done to Master Chief. That would have been just fine.
Right.
You know, you didn't have to have it in every fucking episode, most of the episode, where there's no fucking armor on.
Right.
You know.
But yeah, but as far as like the special effects go, I think they're pretty good. Like how,
Yeah,
how
they-
they've done the
Oh,
Covenant and stuff.
I won't cut down on the special effects. The fight scenes, and yeah, you're right. That's really good shit.
But as far as the script goes, I definitely, you know, I'm not, you know, putting the show down or, you know, or I'm not gonna, you know, quit watching it or whatever. But I had higher expectations, I guess you could say.
This season, if I were to write it, and you can agree with me or not, I would have gone through an origin of all of them, not just Master Chief, but it would have been a main focus on the Master Chief, and then all the ones that are in the series now. I'm like, okay, these guys, where did they come from? Because she obviously came after him, and he came before him, and you have what the fuck is his name? The other guy that got fucked up. So you can have the series. By the third or fourth series, or fourth, maybe fifth episodes, you can have them older, getting more engaged in the fucking armor, training, doing little missions here, and just start going into it. And then on this year would have been going through a bunch of the missions, building up who he is, and showing other Spartans that may have been an influence of this guy, because obviously Master Chief isn't the best at everything, but he is an all-arounder, which is, if you're an all-arounder, you're the fucking best.
Well, in Halo 1, it was the story of, like, the very first Halo game was he was the last of his kind.
Right.
Kind of like they were almost like, kind of like the Jedi with Star Wars. They were all dead. And he was, like, the last Spartan. Like, they all...
Right.
The rest of them were all killed by the Covenant and, like, Reach and, other
Well, it's because
operations.
they were always sent on suicide missions.
Right,
They were
and
expected not to
that's
come
what
back.
that's what this series should have been, is like what they're getting into, what all these Spartans are doing, and then
They could have started
the third episode third year, I think, should have been the first season of this.
I mean, they could have gone even further back to, like in, the book Contact Harvest, which was... Harvest was like a backwater planet that humans had colonized, and that was like their first contact with the Covenant, like a major battle on Harvest, and the Covenant, almost like Reach, they glassed and destroyed Harvest. And that story focused around Johnson when he was like a young Marine.
Right.
And that was like his first big operation, is like a young NCO.
Yeah.
They could have done that. They could have done.
Well, that could have been like a first episode to set up them, and this, and then go into, and it should actually be 10, 12 episodes, not 8 episodes. Should be 10, 12 episodes, and then over the course, and this should have been the last episode. Should have been them starting all these fucking suicide.
or even before the Covenant, which they still briefly did in like the first couple episodes of the first season, was the Insurrectionists.
Right.
And because the Spartans were created as a means to fight human insurrectionists, not Covenant.
Right. And that would be part of the first. Yeah, there's so much you can unpack from the whole damn story. But what you got is, by the end of the first season, should be, okay, these are the Spartans. He's not the best at one thing, but he's excellent at all things.
Jack of all trades.
He's a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
So of course, there's a better sniper out there, but he's number 2. But he's number 2 in everything. That's what makes him so good.
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
Like Kelly, which is blue team.
Yeah.
Obviously the Spartan team that he's with are different from like the ones from like Reach.
Right.
Like the Reach book and everything. Like Kelly and.
She was one of the fastest.
Right.
And
She was probably the best CQB, close quarter combat Spartan.
She was really impressive.
Like the one like I liked how in the second season they did the whole fucking training op to where they have to like storm a fucking Covenant ship,
Right.
Like they gotta like jetpack out of like the frigate to the fucking Covenant vessel.
Yeah.
And infiltrate the Covenant vessel through space. Like that's basically what Kelly was the best at. Was operations like that, which is what the other female Spartans basically doing. But
Right.
Reach would have made a really good story, and even if you want to go before,
But and that's what I'm thinking. Reach should have been the third season.
yeah, even if you
The
want to
whole
go
fucking
to
season.
before Noble Team showed up, before everybody was already evacuated and everything like that.
Noble Team 2 was one of the first generations of Spartans that got abducted as children.
Yeah.
And augmented and
Yeah, there were Spartan 2s, I think.
Yeah.
But even if you want to go back to before the entire planet was just like abandoned, it was still like there was a lot of fights going on with the Covenant all the time. There was Halsey was trying to escape, and a whole bunch of things were going on. And then even if you want to go past that, Reach was a hell of a story. And do you remember Rogue One?
Yeah.
When everybody died.
Yeah.
Very that's what Reach was. They went in, they knew they were going to probably die, and people died in fucked up ways.
Yeah, Reach was more of a Exodus operation to extract as many human civilians off the planet as they could.
Yes, as
Before
much
the, gov-
civilians
before the
and as
Covenant
much
collapsed,
data.
yeah. That's basically that's what Noble Team was there for.
Yeah.
Was to basically just delay the inevitable.
And I still love the way Noble 6 went down.
Oh,
Last
like a
man
fucking
standing.
Spartan, like a fucking old school like ancient Greek Spartan.
Last man standing, and
Yep.
he was just killing him. You never see him die. All you see is his busted up helmet, and he just fucking went down like a trooper, man.
So you know how if you like customize your Noble 6 character
Yeah.
for like multiplayer,
Mhm.
it actually he appears that way in the campaign.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Shit.
I like making my Noble 6 look like an ODST. Like I got all the
Fair
ODST like add-ons and shit.
Yeah.
He's basically just like a jacked up fucking ODST. I think he looks badass. Like I made his armor white. I made his visor like blue. He's got
Yeah.
all the like the ODST like gear and shit. Like I think he looks badass.
That's awesome.
Like an ODST, yeah. But he's a Spartan. With ODST on.
Yeah. The ODSTs were a bit different. I think they were enhanced, but they weren't the.
They were
Spartans.
special
No.
ops. They were special ops Marines that
Yeah.
basically they were like
It-
paratroopers of like the future, the UNSC,
yeah, if
but
you
from
didn't
orbit.
need a Spartan, you sent the ODSTs. They were the next step down,
Okay.
but they were still.
So you have like your regular infantry in a frontline battle, and like here you would have like say the insurrectionists or Covenant here. ODSTs would drop in behind whatever
Yeah.
the enemy, and they would fuck up the enemy from the ass basically.
Yep.
That's
Fuck
like
him
you
in
know,
the ass.
they're basically like cavalry, airborne,
No, okay, yeah.
but from space.
They were badass
Mhm.
people.
That's why they had armor similar to Spartans.
Well, that's cool, man.
But yeah, I'm a total fucking Halo nerd. I fucking love
Halo's
Halo.
got an amazing story. If they
Yeah,
could
no,
just
that's why I
stay
don't
to-
need to just.
And
just
a lot of
stick with
people,
the
a lot of
fucking
people
story.
were like, say, disappointed in Halo 4 and 5, but the storyline where they actually finally tied the whole, saga and the story into the Forerunners.
Yeah.
That I actually really liked Halo 4 a lot.
Then it came out that Master Chief is the product of Forerunners, and
All humans are,
yeah.
because it was
Well, but he managed to have this perfect DNA, or perfect
Right.
genetic sequence that, he was the perfect of the perfect.
that's why they called him Reclaimer.
Yeah.
But, and that was the thing too, was like what led up to the whole Halo, event or whatever was, it was like ancient humans, ancient Forerunners, and like ancient, elites, or whatever. And I guess it was the humans were running from the flood. Like they fled Earth, a million years ago, escaping the flood. They came in contact with the Forerunners, and then I guess they went to war with the Forerunners, but then the flood showed up, and then it was like the Forerunners were so advanced, and they had never faced an enemy as, numbered and as resilient as the flood, and they knew the only way to destroy them was destroy everything, and that's where the Halo rings came into play.
Yeah.
But then, the whole Covenant thing was, like the prophets, the leaders believed that the rings were some kind of it was part of their religion. Like they believed the Forerunners were gods, and activating the Halo rings was the great journey that would bring them to the heavens or whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a cool fucking. I love Halo. It's like we're basically it's like our ancestors were all killed by alien race, and then they recoded us and fucking repopulated every planet.
Yeah.
That's basically the story, the origins of Halo.
Yeah.
Cool.
And and of 2,500 years or whatever, several hundreds of thousands of years, it leads to the whole human Covenant war.
Yeah.
And then it leads back into the whole Forerunner origins and Halo origins and shit.
Halo's incredibly expansive.
I think it's one of the greatest sci-fi sagas ever, up there with fucking Star Wars, and I'm not into Star Trek, but I know Star Trek is
Yeah.
hugely popular. I think it's up there with all that shit.
Yeah.
In my opinion. it all just started as a fucking video game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when I played it for the first time, when that shit came out, my buddy had an Xbox. I was probably like 10 years old when the first Halo came out. It was the greatest fucking video game I ever played at the time. I was like, oh my god, I fucking want an Xbox. I want Halo. I can play this shit all fucking day, repeat. Like, it was, yeah. For its time, it was a game changer.
I used
No
to.
pun intended.
I used to just run through Halo 3 and play Reach, and then I played ODST, and then I would just kind of switch between the three of them, just constantly. Because I loved Halo 3. Halo 3 was one of my favorites, and Reach was one of my favorites.
Halo
so
2
I
was
just cycle
mine.
through those.
Halo 2 was my favorite. But it took them, I'd say probably Halo 2, then Halo 1, and then Halo Reach. Like, as like my top three in that order.
Gotcha.
But it took them, it was like a 3 or 4 year anticipation waiting for Halo 2 after Halo 1. And everyone was like, oh my god, Halo 2 is like fucking even better because that's when you were able to play multiplayer on Xbox Live for the first time with Halo and that shit. That server was fucking busy as fuck.
Yeah, well, it's a shift in technology. Like,
Yep.
just everything boomed.
Yeah.
Like you had to have DSL at the time, that versus dial-up to have a decent, like Xbox Live connection.
Oh, yeah.
And not glitch and freeze and fucking lag and all that shit. But, yeah, man, good times.
Mm. Anyway. Yep.
Anything else?
No, I don't think so. I think
Let's
that's it.
finish her.
Awesome. Play some Halo, people.
It's good
Get
shit.
to know the stories.
Play some
It's
Halo
definitely
and
watching the cutaway scenes in the movies. It's definitely far superior to
play some Halo and come to our debut show,
the. No,
May 11th.
May
at the
11th.
Dunes.
That's right. At Cocoa in Cocoa Beach. So, good night. We love you.